Did Donald Trump's team twist economic research to justify massive new tariffs, and get it completely wrong? One of the experts they cited says yes, and he's not holding back. It turns out the controversial tariff policy announced by Donald Trump's team may have been built on a major misunderstanding, or worse, a total misuse, of economic research. Brent Neiman, a respected economics professor at the University of Chicago and former advisor to the U.S. Treasury, is speaking out after discovering that research he co-authored was used to support Trump's sweeping new tariff plan, but according to him, they've got it all wrong. Let's rewind a bit. Trump's advisors rolled out a new formula aimed at tackling trade imbalances, basically, the gaps between how much the US imports from other countries versus how much it exports. The idea: use tariffs, or import taxes, to fix these gaps and make trade more fair. But Professor Neiman says that logic is deeply flawed. You don't need to have a perfectly balanced trade relationship with every country, he explains. Just because we buy a lot of gems from Zambia and they don't buy tractors from us doesn't mean anything's wrong. It's not unfair, it's just how trade works. What really raised eyebrows, though, is how Trump's team claimed to base their tariff formula on a 2021 research paper Neiman co-authored. But here's the kicker: Neiman says the actual math from that paper would suggest tariffs a quarter the size of what Trump proposed. In other words, they either misunderstood the research, or cherry-picked what they wanted to suit their goals. And it doesn't stop there. The so-called reciprocal tariffs, named after the idea of treating others how they treat you, were meant to match other countries' import taxes. Sounds fair, right? But in reality, the numbers didn't add up. Instead of a simple match-up, the final tariffs were far broader and harsher, with the potential to hit American workers, households, and businesses hard. According to Neiman, the whole thing creates a dangerous level of uncertainty. Imagine trying to buy a house, but not knowing if your mortgage rate will be 4% or 12%, or if your property taxes will suddenly spike. You'd probably just wait. That's exactly what businesses do when trade rules keep changing. They hit pause, stop investing, and that slows down the economy. One small silver lining: the administration has decided to pause some of the tariffs, but Neiman says that's not enough. He believes the best move would be to scrap the whole thing and start fresh with a clearer, more stable strategy. At the end of the day, this isn't just about economics, it's about real-world impact. Jobs, prices, businesses, and everyday decisions are all tied to how countries handle trade. So, did Trump's team bend the truth to push their agenda? One of the very researchers they leaned on says it sure looks like it. Stay tuned, because if these tariffs go ahead, the ripple effects could be felt far beyond Washington. Let me know if you'd like this version trimmed into a YouTube script, broken into segments for visuals, or formatted with call-to-action lines.